The brand new Polk Smart Bench, knocked down, ready to assemble. I made a video where I assembled it, showed you exactly how to do it. It's been interesting to get on this side of production, manufacturing, and because I'm also retailing, oh, it's a little plywood, a few screws. No, it's machine time, it's the materials, it is packaging. You have to have custom-made boxes. I'm still working on that. In fact, when you see this video, you'll see just a basic box, and that's all that's been going out. We had those boxes made by a box manufacturer, and they're like $40 just for the cardboard. I've scaled up so I've got about 140 bench order in. I'm having the boxes made there, and they're white, and they have my logo. By scaling up, I'm obviously able to get the cost per bench down. We started them at $8.95, including shipping, and we were losing money on every bench. And so we raised them just to break even on the benches. It's a work in progress. My goal is I'm sticking to this Polk Smart Bench to get everything figured out. The shipping, the boxing, everything, customer service, the ordering process. And then I want to start to bring some of the other things. I'm already working on the cart. I think the cart is as important as the bench. So that will be next. I am working on that right now. There's a lot of prototyping because when you switch from doing a set of plans and showing a woodworker how to cut and assemble to putting something that's going to be cut on a CNC, and I wanted to make the assembly absolutely almost impossible to do incorrectly. So I added these tabs and slots, which I didn't do on the plans because this is a lot of work to do manually with a router to help you fit. When you're already cutting it, you're going to be fitting anyways. And this thing is not ever coming apart. With the station, I had to make this middle section wider because this is where the miter saw would go. Well, when I was working this out and thinking ahead, because I want to keep costs down so that I can keep the price down, I realized that if I could have as many pieces that would be the same on the multiple benches, then it would reduce what it takes to get it up and running. So the sides and the spreaders on both this bench and the station are the same. Of course, I'll have to do the cutout, and it gets cut out here. I'll have to do all of that. So it'll be taking away some material from what you see here. And then I'll be adding in, the miter extensions and the miter base and, the cams and things like that. That bench is a lot more complicated, so it's going to be a little bit before I do that. My game plan, the bench, 1, the cart, 2, the smart cradle that holds the table saw. That one is going to be a challenge because the design that I have is table saw specific. And then I've made videos to show you how to get the plans and modify it, adjust it, make it different sizes for any saw in the market. But I have an idea that will work with a big saw, a small saw, a short saw, a tall saw, sanders, all of that. It's in here right now. It's not in SketchUp. Then you'll be able to get the Polk Smart Bench, put it on the cart, and hang the table saw off. I'm going to be trying to put up a lot of videos about this, how to use it, how I'm assembling it, when I do the other parts and pieces. When I do the cart, I'll have one shipped out. I'll unbox it and put that together. These bevels I do because of the bench dogs. They were designed specifically, this system by David Reisinger. Told you about it, and you just bought 5,000 of them in like a week, and he realized that he needed somebody else to make them. It was a big cost jump to have this bevel added because at least with what we have set up now. So I'd like to eventually get that added, but now at this time, that's just something that you're going to have to do when you get your bench. I've been telling you to make these bevel cuts for years. I think through everything. I really do. I think and think and think. Sometimes I just sit down and visualize. It's what I'm doing with the cradle right now. I'm visualizing 3Ding it in my head and all the stuff I've done in the past before I even touch SketchUp, because I don't want to lock myself in until I have a good feeling for it. The purpose of this foundational system and these bench dogs is to attach router table, the miter extensions, panel rig. The bevel is in the accessory. So you don't really need to do these holes. Now there is one accessory, and that is the vise that mounts from underneath, because then this goes through and sits in the top. But I got to tell you, even without the bevel, the way that TSO made these, they literally are almost, they're flush, and you crank them down a little bit and they actually pull in enough. So you could get away without it. I'm going to continue to do it on my personal bench. If the Smart Woodshop fam and others in the woodworking world like this bench and see this bench, and there's enough of them ordered, then I'm going to continue to build out the system and the accessories. You can tell I am excited about this, and thanks for coming along for the ride. And if you order your bench, I hope you enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed designing it and bringing it to market. Mahalo.